Hey everyone, this is Gleb Bakhmutov, and today I want to show you a CSS property, user-invalid. It's a pseudo selector. It's available in all the latest browsers. What it does, it sets the error CSS styles on the input after the user touched it, and actually validates after the user done something to the input. In this example, I have an input of type email, and I set a red border if a user interacted with that element and typed something that is not an email. I also have an empty span after the input, and I'm putting the content after the user again interacted with the element, entered something invalid that's not an email, and went somewhere else. So the way it looks, if I'm entering something and then click on the next element or tab, then this style is now active. Let's see how we can test it in Cypress. So I'm going to use Real Events plugin, because in order to trigger the native CSS styles like user-invalid, we need real native events. So let's say not an email, that's what we're going to type, but right now it doesn't type anywhere because we have to set the focus. So I'm going to find the input with type with ID email, and I'm going to focus on it. So now we're typing there, but in order for us to trigger the user-invalid state, we have to lose the focus by using the blur command. So now we see that CSS in action. Let's validate this. So we can get, I think this yields the same element, so we can validate should have CSS border and 2 pixels solid red. So we kind of copied what we expect to find there. Let's see what it does. We cannot use the red color. Notice we have to use RGB explicitly. RGB 255, so just solid red color. Perfect. We can validate the pseudo before or after content as well. It's a little bit trickier, but I have recipes on my Cypress example site. The way we can do this is by taking this span, right? So get and saying should be visible, and we can say before we do anything, we can validate that it's invisible. Let's see. Oh, it's still there, so we cannot do this. Yeah. So this is email plus span, and this is email. Okay. So at first it's invisible, then it becomes visible, and we can now grab its content. And typically you would use Cythen, but I'm already using my Cypress map plugin in this project, so I can apply window get computed style to get the content. So I can say apply to first right window computed style and before. So we get a giant object, and we can invoke get property value content, and it should equal, and because it's a string, we have to quote it inside our string. I missed single quote. Okay, so here's what we got. Let me show it on a big screen. So we typed into this input element, and as soon as we said blurred, right, the styles were applied, we confirm that the border is red. We got that span after it. We got computed style. We found the content before, and it's indeed this string with real X. The only thing about this, it's not available in every browser. It's limited to Chrome. Well, let me rephrase it. It's available in all the latest browsers: Firefox, Safari, Chrome. In our case, we need to use Cypress real type. That means we're limited to using Chromium browsers. So the way I would check if a browser is running tests inside is by confirming it. So we can say, okay, if Cypress browser family not Chromium, then we can say scilog Chromium only, and we're going to return. I also have to note that this is available in Chromium 119 and plus, and this Chrome is 133. But if I go and I look at the Electron, notice it's Chromium 118. So if I try to run the same test in Electron, then notice nothing is applied. So we want to make sure that not only we're using Chromium, but we're using Chromium 119 or higher. And when Cypress again runs, it sets this global Cypress browser property for you, so you know which browser you're using and its version. So right here there is a major version. So we can say if Cypress browser major version less than 119, we can do the same thing, warn Chromium v 119 plus required, and we're going to return. Okay, so we're showing the warning to the user. But if we go back to our latest desktop Chrome and we run this test, then it works perfectly. I'll put an example link and all the libraries and plugins that I used in the description of this video.